think that is real.
Guys, that's what they're trading.
Trade what?
All those videos.
We have to do something, and we have to do it now.
Who's that?
And that was how millions of hearts were played with. Telegram game that millions believed deceived us. A Telegram game we all thought we would be rich from has now gone down, and it is now dust. But what if I told you what you know is just 1% of the entire story? What if I told you there was more to the story you don't know of? What if I told you there was a third end of the rope? Would you believe me? I guess not, but watch this video till the end because every detail is in here. So yes, back in March, a new X account was created with the username Hamster Kombat, and it was a Telegram tap to end game where users needed to tap a virtual hamster and in return they get paid. But what caught people was the fact that it didn't demand any initial investment. The only thing you were investing was your time, which most people had to spare anyway, so they decided to hop on. And yes, they called their users CEOs, so everyone that tapped on this virtual hamster was a CEO. But where did all this idea of people becoming rich come from?
Money talks.
Here comes the money.
Because all of a sudden everyone thought they would be rich from Hamster Kombat, who placed these ideas in the minds of millions. Alright, so this is where Notcoin also comes in. A game similar to Hamster Kombat where users had to tap their screens and in return they got paid. It was founded by a group of people called Open Builders, and it was under the Ton blockchain with a surprisingly amount of 5 million people in their debut week, which means in the first week of Notcoin, they had a total audience of 5 million, which was surprisingly very interesting. These are numbers every company would love to have. But enough of all these successes, let's skip all the way to the 16th of May when it was time for Notcoin to be listed. It gathered a total of over 40 million people worldwide, and it was surprisingly very good. So they announced their listing on major exchanges such as Binance, Bybit, OKX, and so many other crypto exchange platforms. But this is where the plot twist comes in. So yes, 40 million audience, 40 million people. Trust me when I say out of this 40 million, there are new people that have no idea about cryptocurrency. There are people that have the mindset of, I am coming in to make money and leave. And yes, this is where this mindset affected the project. So the only idea was to sell, make my money and leave. No understand HODL, because of course they are new to cryptocurrencies. And boom, dust. Due to the sell-offs, there was a 55% drop in Notcoin on its initial day, and yes, everyone called it dust because indeed it dusted. But in July, something amazing happened, right? So there was a temporary white paper that stated that Hamster Kombat will be listed in July. So users around the world were happy. Everyone was happy. It was finally time for us to cash out. Around this time, it had already gained over 200 million users, and this wasn't the plan, right? Notcoin gained a total of 40 million users, and you don't create your own game and expect it to get such crazy numbers. No one ever does that. But for some strange reason, Hamster Kombat was that jaw-dropping airdrop because it broke records. It became the biggest crypto airdrop in history, and because of that they couldn't abide by their tokenomics. There had to be a postponement. Hamster Kombat had to be delayed, and that was where things began to go crazy. Few weeks after it delayed, the total users of Hamster Kombat dropped by a whopping 44%, which was very concerning to the founders of this project. Because tell me why I just wake up and I just keep eventually losing people to a point where it is up to 44%. It is you have to question your abilities, right? And this was where I believe they took advantage of everything and made the big announcement. So finally the team announced they will be listing Hamster Kombat But when was it? It was on the 26th of September. So the world was happy, the universe was happy. We were finally going to cash out our money and maybe become billionaires, buy islands, buy aeroplanes or anything, cars maybe. So yeah, the first exchange to announce its listing was OKX, followed by Bybit and some more other crypto exchange platform. By the time, Binance had not announced its listing of Hamster Kombat. So the question was, will Binance list Hamster Kombat? I personally thought Binance wouldn't list Hamster Kombat until a surprise 12th of September, where Binance decided to stun the world by introducing Hamster Kombat to its launch pool. Binance launch pool is a platform that allows people to stake their FDUSD or BNB, and in return you earn free tokens. And after the launch pool period is over, the coin will be listed to its spot, meaning Hamster Kombat would be listed on Binance eventually. And yes, this is where Binance also capitalized. In normal sense, I believe Binance wouldn't have listed Hamster Kombat on its platform because I didn't say it to have the potential, but Binance had to take advantage. This is a crypto airdrop that earned allegedly over 300 million users, and Binance had to tap in. They had to make good use of that audience. They had to get their share from that audience. So what will you do if you were Binance? You had to list it as well. So Binance announced its listing with a total of 3 billion on its launch pool. So people were happy. At least Binance has reached a good agreement with Hamstar. So the world was happy and we're all going to make some money for ourselves. So yes, at this point, in the next 24 hours, Hamster Kombat will be listed across all crypto exchange platforms and we will be able to sell and make our money and buy our cars. But just maybe there was something we missed months ago. Something we didn't pay attention to because we were hypnotized with the fact that we were going to make money. So yes, in the next 1 month, Hamster Kombat will be listed and official tokenomics has been released. You remember when I told you there was a temporary tokenomics that said Hamster Kombat will be listed in July, but unfortunately it had to be a delay and there was a drop in audience. They found a need and they had to list the coin immediately. So yes, a new tokenomics was released and it gave people the hope. Except for the fact that in this tokenomics, they were bragging about the fact that they were the biggest Telegram community, they were the biggest YouTube community, and they were the biggest crypto airdrop in history. Yes, they had the bragging rights to that at that point. But that wasn't the interesting part of the white paper. When you scroll down the white paper, you get to the tokenomics point. And this tokenomics told us that there was a total supply of 100 billion Hamstar tokens, and out of that, 60% will be given to its audience for season 1 or whatsoever, and 15% for a season 2. So there was a season 1 and a season 2, right? So in total, 75% will be given to you and I and everyone across the world for tapping our screens, right? This was where we should have taken note. This was where we should have known Hamster Kombat would go dust. This was where we should have known this is similar to a scam project, because why do you roll out a project and give 75% to your audience? I understand you grew so big, it was surprisingly very good, right? But you don't give 75% to your audience, just leaving 35% to yourself. It is not good. It is not good for liquidity, right? But they had to. This was where we didn't pay attention and we still kept our expectations very, very high. And yes, they later stated that it was a non-profit organization and that the price of the token would depend on the market. So after it gets listed, if everyone rushes to sell, the price will depreciate. If everyone rushes to buy, and they get more investors in this project, meaning it was going to rise, and in the long run, everyone was going to make more money. But this is 300 million users that want to cash out as soon as possible and earn some money. So what do you think? Same thing that happened to Notcoin, 55% drop. So yes, today, 26th of September, we all woke up, the world is happy, everyone is happy, everyone is jubilating because finally the day has come This is the day the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in his name. It's time to cash out our money, earn big, leave the market, and go look for another crypto airdrop and start tapping. It was announced that Hamster Kombat will be listed on Binance at 12 o'clock GMT, Greenwich Meridian time. But yes, before that, it was on pre-market on Bybit at 0.020. That was where the pre-market price began. But people did not want to believe this price because most people out there earned less than $10. Is $10 appreciated for all what we did for tapping for months, and you just reward us with $10? Come on. That was what people were saying. That was what everyone was saying. That was what you and I were saying, right? So we deep down thought after I get listed on Binance, there would be a massive push and it might go up and we would earn more rewards. And that was we not accepting the hard truth. Finally, it was 12 o'clock. It got listed on Binance. It started at 0.014. And guess what happened? Everyone rushed to sell. And it dusted. Down, 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 down.